Hey guys, this is a series I'm going to be doing. I'm going to name like 10 Pokemon from each generation that I think deserve either an evolution or a mega evolution. I'm fine with either one. Some of these need one, the other, some need both. It all varies. These are my opinions, so if you don't like them or your favorite Pokemon's not on here, whatever, make your own list, yada yada yada. That being said, let's get started with the list. Number 10 is two Pokemon because, in my opinion, they go together. Arbok and Weezing. Weezing is alright. It's used as a defensive tank with Will-O-Wisp, Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb, etc. So it's already pretty good, but I think it could be better with either an evolution or mega evolution. I don't know what it would look like or anything like that, but um, if they made one, it would probably be, in my opinion, the poison version of Aggron. Probably give it high defense and alright special attack and watch it be a wall. Now Arbok is a little bit more offense. It's an all-out attacker with intimidate and all that. It knows all the elemental fangs and all of that. But ever since Viper came out, it kind of got pushed to the wayside. I think it's in like NU or PU, one of the two, and it's not very good. Pretty much one earthquake or one psychic OHKOs it. So I think they should make Arbok Poison Dark. In my opinion, it should be Poison Dark. This way, Crunch gets stabbed because it does learn Crunch. I think by breeding or move tutor. I don't know, but and then just increase its attack, increase its speed, and have it be like an all-out attacker. Or it can get an evolution and do the same exact thing. Doesn't really matter to me. But I like Arbok and Weezing, so I would love to see them get evolutions or mega evolutions. So yeah, that's really it on Arbok and Weezing. By the way, these are going to be 10 Kanto Pokemon, first generation. By the way, just mentioning that. The next one is a Pokemon that's not really on everybody's list, but he's one of my favorites, and that's Raticate. Now, I get it, Raticate, is supposed to be that useless normal type you get on Route 1, that's an HM slave, yada yada yada, but personally, I like Raticate. It's got decent speed, decent attack. I mean, it's alright. It learns some pretty good moves. Super Fang, Hyper Fang. My opinion, I think it either should get an evolution or a mega evolution. Either way, I'm fine. I think it should be able to get access to all the elemental things. I mean, it's a rat. The fact that it only gets Super Fang and Hyper Fang bothers me. Um, but it's what you expect out of a lot of normal types. It's got a very big move pool with Flame Charge, Ice Beam, Thunder, Thunderbolt, Super Fang, Hyper Fang, etc. So I would like this Pokemon to get some love. And, an evolution, mega evolution, just so, everyone can stop hating on Rattata. I mean, I'm sick of seeing that Fear Rattata crap. I mean, heck, its pre-evolution is used more than it is. That's pretty bad. So, that's really it on Raticate. So, we'll get to the next number. Number 8 is another Pokemon you encounter on Route 1. It's Fearow, the other bird Pokemon you have to pick from. Now, he's a little bit better than Pidgeot, I will say that. But, for one, he doesn't get access to Brave Bird, which is stupid. So his move pool is very limited. So he's not used very much. Plus, Stealth Rocks is a thing, yada yada yada. And he doesn't have very good stats. I mean, he's got decent stats, but not very good stats. So I want to see him get either an evolution, a mega evolution, whatever. Get a buff to its attack, its speed. Get access to Brave Bird. I don't know what ability they can give it. Abilities really don't matter. I mean, don't give it Gale Wings because we already got one broken bird. We don't need two broken birds. But that's really it on Fearow. Give it an evolution, mega evolution, give it better stats, and give it access to Brave Bird. Seriously. That's about it. Another normal type, Persian. Now, Persian is a great Pokemon. I've used Persian in PU and NU, and it is a great Pokemon. You can go, the Technician route with Work Up and, make it a physical attacker. You can go the Technician route with Nasty Plot and make it a special one. With water, it learns Water Pulse, Swift, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Shockwave, Magical Leaf. I think it learns Ice Beam. No, it learns Icy Wind. Uh, it learns Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball. I think it learns Night Slash. I could be wrong. Slash Attack. It learns a lot of great attacks. So I think it should get an evolution or a mega evolution. Give it a buff in speed and give it a buff in, make its attacks even, its special attack and its attack. This way, it could be like a mixed attacker either way. If they want to keep it pure normal, that's fine, but I personally would probably rather it be normal dark, just for the heck of it. Also, I want it to keep Technician. I'm tongue-tied. I want it to keep Technician as an ability, because Technician is a great ability for weaker attacks, especially considering its move pool. As far as ability, keep Technician. Keep it normal or make it normal dark, one of the two. Give it a buff in speed, buff in attack, and a buff in special attack. That's really it on Persian. My first shiny Pokemon ever, Mr. Mime, is the next one on the list. I think it should get a evolution or a mega evolution. Don't know what it would look like. Keep it Fairy Psychic. Give it a boost in special attack and a boost in speed. Give it Moon Blast, because it does not get access to Moon Blast. It gets access to Dazzling Gleam via TM. That's about it. I think it should learn Moon Blast. If you're going to make it a fairy, give it Moon Blast. As far as ability goes, I like Soundproof just because of Chata. I hate that dang thing. But Mr. Mime has a very diverse move pool. Thunderbolt, Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleam, Psychic, Side Shocks, Calm Mind, Shadow Ball. It gets access to the elemental punches, even though it's not a physical attacker by any means. So yeah, that's really it on Krusty the Clown. Mr. Mime. That's really it on him. So next number. Starting out the top 5 is the Freddy Krueger of Pokemon, as I like to call him, Hypno. Hypno. Now, as much as this Pokemon freaks me and everybody else out, it is not used very much when compared to other psychic types. It's very slow. It has a good special defense stat, and its attack stat and defense stat are both. Its attack stat and special attack stat are base 73. So really, you can use him as either one, an attacker or a special attacker. Me personally, I use him as a attacker. Put an assault vest on him. Give him, 252 in HP, defense, 4 in special defense. Give it power up punch, drain punch, ice punch, and fire punch, and watch it work. Or, give it 252 in attack, give it 252 in speed, 4 in special defense, and give it drain punch, ice punch, fire punch, and Zen headbutt, and watch it do some work in NU or PU. Now those are the only places it can do work. I want it to get an evolution or a mega evolution and become Psychic Dark. Now I know it'll have a 4 times weakness to Bug, but still. Make it Psychic Dark because of the Pokedex entries and everything like that. Hypno is a creepy Pokemon. It is very dark. So also give it a buff in speed, give it a buff in attack and special attack. Maybe like 30 points in attack and like I don't know, 50 points in special attack and like 20 points in speed or something like that. This way it can be, a mixed attacker, because I like using Hypno as a mixed attacker, either running him as a physical attacker with Assault Vest or using him as a special attacker with Calm Mind. Either way, he does work. So I like using Hypno. It creeps me out, but I like using Hypno. So I think it should get either an evolution or a mega evolution, and I would be okay with it. If they keep it psychic, pure psychic, I'd be okay with it, but I want it to be psychic dark. So that's really it on Hypno. Number 4 is Marowak. Now, Marowak with a thick club or life orb, preferably a thick club, it does work in NU or PU or RU. It does work in the lower tiers. It really doesn't do work in the upper tiers, but it does work in the lower tiers. The reason it does not work in the upper tiers is because I'm trying to think. I think its highest stat is special defense. Special defense or defense, I can't remember which one. It's one of those two. It's a defensive Pokemon, which makes no sense, especially if special defense and a ground type really don't mix because of water and grass types. It does not mix. But I think it should get an evolution or a mega evolution. I want it to be ground fighting. I want it to be the first ever ground fighting type. Okay, give it access. I think it has access to Drain Punch. I know it has access to all the elemental punches: Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch. It has access to the elemental punches, but I'm not sure if it has access to any fighting type moves. Heck, they could make a fighting type Boomerang type attack just for Marowak, have it like be another one of Marowak's signature moves. But I think it gets access to Drain Punch. I could be wrong, or Drain Punch or Brick Break, one of the two. I think it does. I could be wrong. But, make it ground fighting. Give it some fighting moves by either level up or move tutor or breeding or whatever. Give it some fighting moves. This way you can have some stab fighting attacks. Make it, as far as ability goes, I like Rockhead just because of Double Edge. But I wouldn't be opposed of them giving him, No Guard. I think No Guard would be a good ability, especially with Boomerang and any other moves that have Stone Edge, stuff like that. I think No Guard would be a good ability to give it, and I don't think it would be broken with No Guard. So that's the ability I want Marowak to get, is No Guard, and then give it. Now, as far as because he'd be losing his Thick Club if he Mega Evolved. Now, if he just gets an evolution, keep the Thick Club. But if he gets a Mega Evolution, he'll lose the Thick Club. So they're going to have to give him a major boost in attack. Now, if they're going to keep the speed down, because I don't know what his base speed is off the top of my head. I know it's pretty low. Give him, some boosts in special defense, and HP, and have him be, a bulky attacker. Let him be able to take a hit and then give one right back. Let him be like a wall breaker. I'm pretty sure if they give it an evolution or a mega evolution, this thing will shoot right from NU to freaking UU at least. So, yeah, that's really it on Marowak. Next, number 4 is Farfetch'd. Now, with Farfetch'd, everyone's been wanting him to get an evolution and a mega evolution for a very long time. Now, with Farfetch'd, you're basically relying on crits with him, with the stick, and with Swords Dance, Slash, Night Slash, and Leaf Blade, all moves that have high chance of critting. You're basically relying on crits. I've used Farfetch'd, and I can rely on him to take out one Pokemon. One. That's about it. Use him as a lead, and he can take out one, but that's about it. After that, he can get pretty much one-shotted by everything. Now, with, I think they should give him an evolution. Heck, maybe even 2 evolutions and then a mega evolution. But if they just gave him a mega, I'd be okay with it. Even though I would probably prefer a evolution and then a mega. But it's whatever. I just want Farfetch'd to get, something. This thing's been around since Gen 1 and it ain't got shit. So, basically, I want it to be fighting and flying. I want it to be another Hawlucha. give it a high attack stat, a high speed stat, and then it's already got access to Swords Dance. And if they just give him an evolution, give him the stick, and he will be on Crit City with that stick. Now, if they give him a Mega Evolution, they're going to have to really give him a giant buff in attack and speed. Like, those are the only two. It's going to have to be like 50 in attack and 50 in speed. So that's why I think it should get just a regular evolution first, and then a Mega. But I want it to be fighting and flying. Just because I think that's a cool typing. Because it negates the flying type weakness. Granted, it gives you an electric weakness, but still. So yeah, that's really it on Farfetch'd. Number 2 is a Rapidash. Now I think everyone's already, said the idea they want Rapidash to be a fire Pegasus. Make it fire flying, have it grow some wings, give it some flying moves like Wing Attack and Brave Bird. Even though I think Brave Bird from a flying horse would be funny as hell. Brave Bird, Defog, Hurricane, whatever they want to give it for a flying type stab. Air Slash, Air Cutter, whatever they want to give it for a flying type stab. I know it would have a 4 times weakness to Stealth Rocks, but can't have everything we want. Give it Steel Wings, Wing Attack, Brave Bird, Air Cutter, Air Slash. Those. Some flying type stab, and it's already got good coverage with Horn Drill, for other fire and electric types. It's got Wild Charge for water types. Flare Blitz, Choice Band, and Flare Blitz from a Rapidash hurts. So it's already pretty good. So I would like to see them give it, even though I don't think its speed could get any better, but heck, why not? It's its best stat, so why not put some stats into its best stat, which is speed. Give it a giant boost in attack. A minor buff in speed, and then maybe some buff in like special attack. This way, if someone wants to run a mixed Rapidash, they can, a special Rapidash. So give it some buff and special as well. Special, physical, and speed. And you got a giant fire Pegasus that's going to do work. So, yeah, that's really it on Rapidash. Time for number 1. Number 1 is Machamp. I mentioned Machamp earlier when I talked about No Guard. Now, I want it to keep its ability No Guard. It has 2 good abilities. It's got Guts and it's got No Guard. A lot of people run No Guard. That's the main thing you run on Machamp is No Guard, especially with Dynamic Punch, Confuse, Cross Chop, Stone Edge, whatever. It's, a good set with No Guard. I've ran No Guard and I've ran Guts Machamp as well. Now, a lot of people see Machamp as the weaker version to Conkeldurr, which I kind of agree. They work very similar. You can slap an Assault Vest on both of them, and they'll both be very bulky. They both got Guts. Granted, Machamp has No Guard, which makes him a little bit better than Conkeldurr, because Conkeldurr can miss attacks. It doesn't get access to Mach Punch. I think it should. For its Mega Evolution, stick with the pure fighting type. I think it should have 6 arms, just for the heck of it. Give it Mach Punch, because it needs access to Mach Punch. And even though I know this would make it broken to no belief, and make it go to Ubers probably, but give it an attack kind of like give it an ability. Give it either keep No Guard, which I'm fine with No Guard if they decide to keep No Guard, or give it an ability that makes priority punching moves like Bullet Punch, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Mach Punch, Thunder Punch, Dynamic Punch, make them priority moves by like 1+1 priority. And while you're at it, throw in Poison Jab into that category as well. And then give it Either give it an ability that makes punching moves like those priority, or give it an ability that makes punching moves hit more than once. Like up to like 2 to 5 times, because it talks in the Pokedex how it can throw like 1,000 punches per second, and it's got 4 arms already. So why not have an ability that gives it 2 to 5 times punching? Even though I know that would make it broken as heck. I'd also be okay with them giving him the ability Iron Fist. That would be a good ability too. So yeah, that's really it on my champ. So that's it for this list.